the social media game. Let's go. What's up? What's up? What's up? So this is 96 pieces. Let's get ready to go. So my goal right here is to help you guys leverage social media so you can drive in more revenue for your business. So right now, if you're a coach, if you're a creator, whatever it is, if you're leveraging social media, then I'm going to show you how I leverage social media to drive in income, and I helped other people driving income doing the same thing. So this is social media game. Let's go ahead and play. Now, first of all, I like games, so I like to simplify things. So this is my way of doing it. All right. So we're going to get into the mindset. So the fastest path to cash is a conversation. That's the whole thing we need to understand right now. Fastest path to cash is a conversation. And I got to stop saying so much. So here's how I just did it again. Here's how to play. So there are three different levels or types of levels in this game. We have awareness, engage, and invite to offer. So let's say if you're a little bit more advanced, pretty much awareness, nurture, conversion. But in this stage, awareness, engage, and invite people to your offer. Like with any game, you have to customize your character. It could be Olivia's, Samira, Pedro, Murad, whatever it is that you want to name this character. Now, the point of customizing your character before you even start this game, because we got to know who we're talking to, and we have to have the right messages that speaks to them. The reason why we have to have the right message to speak to them is because we have to know them better than they know themselves. If we don't have the right message to speak to them, we can't relate to them, we can't build up that know, like, and trust factor so that we can get them to trust whatever it is that we're offering so that we can help these people get the transformation. And when they say yes to our offer, that's how you make the income. So, in summary, these are the four things that you need to know. Now, I would like to say get to know all these four things internally, like emotionally. So, their problems, what questions are they asking? What's stopping them? What are the roadblocks? And what results does your dream client or customers want? So, the thing is, you want to answer each one in depth. I'm talking about don't just okay, for the problems they're experiencing this, or for the roadblock, this was keeping them stuck. Like really dig in and understand exactly what's going on, because when you can do this and you create your content, your ads, your email list, whatever it is that you're using for your marketing material, this right here is going to help guide you and create, well, it's going to help you create the messages, and it's going to be your guide for all that. Okay. So let's dig into level one, awareness. I'm so excited. Let's get it. So for awareness, it's this right here is all about belief shifting content. Here's some mistakes that I've even encountered was that I really didn't even understand what value actually was. I just thought value was just how to, but there are different levels of value, right? Emotional value, um, let me see, we got you can energy, effort, it's all kind of different things. It just necessarily doesn't mean that you helping someone monetarily. That's what I'm trying to say there. So at the top of funnel, and this is just me going a little bit more advanced, we're just creating short form videos that help create belief in whatever it is that you're offering. So you're going to be sharing your perspective or your method. You're going to be using short form videos here. It doesn't matter the platform. It just depends on wherever your audience is congregating or where they're located. But in my case, I'm just leveraging all the platforms. I'm going to be real with you. Why not? They're all there. They all, majority of them are supporting short form videos. So just have it go everywhere. You want to relate your method to your dream customer or clients wants rather than their needs. I'm going to explain this just a little bit further. So, a lot of people, we all need to be doing certain things, but we just don't want to. We rather just dive into what we want than what we need. Let's say me, like me, I'm a little scrawny. I need to be working out, but I'm over here eating pizza. You feel me? So people do things because they feel like it, not because they necessarily need to. It's what they want, what we feel like we want to do. So your message at this level should have your dream client say, "Oh, that's me." It's like they know me. That's the whole goal here. So again, just to kind of elaborate, use short form videos, relatable messaging, and then from there, just to elaborate. So what we're gonna do, I'm going back just one more time. We're gonna use problems, questions, roadblocks, the results. So all the information here for your dream client, your customer avatar, and create belief shifting short form content so that it feels like that you can relate to them when it comes to your method, your product, your service, whatever the case may be. All right, so here's the action steps. I wanted to make this super super simple. So we have to know what your dream clients wants are, and the resources that you can use. My top two right now is because there's real conversations going are Quora and Reddit. I love Quora. I love Reddit. This is where I go, even over any kind of AI software like ChatGPT. I'm starting to like Claude AI a lot because it's more conversational. But for me, I feel as though it's better just to go to Quora and Reddit, and then you just type in keywords there. So in my case, posting content daily, you social media, whatever that niche looks like, type in that keyword and then you'll see conversational threads. And then what you can do from there is just fill in these things like the problems, the questions they're asking, the roadblocks, the results. And then once you have this done into, let's say you put everything into a Google document and you name this Google document or whatever you want to do, you're going to insert, like one thing you can do is insert that into ChatGPT, Claude AI, and you say, hey, this is my customer avatar name, whatever you want to name them. Help me organize and expand upon this. And then what it's going to do is going to organize your whole customer avatar list based on these questions here: problems, questions, roadblocks, results, and remind you just really dig into the emotions first, not necessarily logically, because we buy based on feelings and then we justify with our logic. Okay. And then from that point on, you're going to leverage AI, whichever system you use, to kind of all do the same thing. And you're going to craft hooks that speaks to their wants, not their needs. All right, let's go into the next level. So, all right, bam, you just completed level 1. Woo! Let's get it. Now we're going to level 2. Now at level 2, you can say this is middle of funnel. This is the nurturing phase. But we're going to keep this simple. We're going to call this engage. So at this level, you're going to use mid and long form videos. So this is an example of a mid to long form video right here, like YouTube content, right? So at this stage, you already got them hooked, right? With your top of funnel content, your awareness content, you already got them hooked. But now we got to nurture these people. And the best way to nurture is using mid to long form videos. So in these videos, you're going to have things like you can have trainings, you can answer FAQs, right? Frequently asked questions. You could talk about your process. So it really just depends on the top type of business, the type of business that you have, and just how you just want to do things. But this, when I tell you like this right here is super helpful, it just really streamlines a lot of things. It helps you, they call this pre-selling, but it helps you pre-sell your dream client. That way, let's say if you're doing phone calls, you even gotta like, they're not gonna ask these questions because you already have these mid to long form videos already done. So if it's the FAQs, send them a video before they hop on the FAQ video before they hop on a call with you, and it'll answer all their stuff. At this point, you're on a call just figuring out if they're gonna say yes or no. All right. So in this engage stage, anyone you're able to have a convo with is considered a lead. So that's what we're going to define as a lead. A lead, again, is just anyone that we have earned the right to have a conversation with. So there are different examples on different social media platforms. On Facebook, when people send you a friend request, or you send them a friend request, they accept it. You now have earned the right to have a conversation with them. On Instagram, uh, you can have a conversation with people on there. So these are all considered your leads. Now, here are the action steps for this. What I recommend doing is you want to create these videos first. Then next, you want to create the short form videos that lead to these mid to long form videos. Now, how do we put that into action? So anyone that has followed you on one of your social media platforms or sent you a friend request, they liked, they commented, they DM'd you, they are now in this engage phase, right? So the next thing to do in this phase is just have a conversation with them. So I'm just going to kind of paint the picture. So let's say we're talking about Instagram right now, and okay, I'll give an example. Like if someone gives me a follow, the first thing that you could do is boom, someone follows you. Next step is you send them a DM. You thank them, hey, appreciate the follow. And depending on what business, what niche, whatever that you're in, you want to see, what piqued their interest and if they're currently pursuing or what goals they're pursuing in your interest. Okay, so I'm gonna stop right there before we get into the next level. Now, let's say if someone liked your post. And here's the reason why I really emphasize creating the mid to long form video first is because let's say you're promoting something, right? Um, if you're going to always center your content around the thing that you're promoting. That way, let's say if you're doing a comment the word for this resource, then if they like it, you can reach out to them and have a conversation with them saying, hey, Samantha, I seen that you like the post talking about this. I do have a resource that shows you how to get whatever the desired outcome is. You want me to drop it here for you? And what that does is it creates an environment to where you can have a conversation, see if you can help them out, and then you can just go from there. Okay. So, bam, we passed level 2, right? Now we're going to level 3. Okay. You can say this is almost like the boss level. We're just going to call this the boss level. But level 3 is all about inviting people to your offer. Let's dive in. So here, we want to invite people to your offer. Here's the reason why I say invite people to your offer. Let's say I see a lot of people, including myself, like what I used to do. We make posts. Hey, I got this going on. I got this going on. People say, oh, spots available. So that's great, especially when it comes to direct marketing. Let's say maybe some people are warmed up to you, whatever the case may be. So this is like the people that are ready and want to buy right now, that works for them. Some people are just not ready. They need some time. They're weighing things out. So imagine you make a post like that compared to you invite people to the offer. And I'm gonna paint a picture. This is like my recent reference right here. So let's say, just for example, Drake makes a post on social media. Hey, y'all, come to the party, stuff like that. So of course that's a dope offer, right? It's dope. However, what if Drake, I don't care who it is, Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar, um, J Lo, I don't know, whoever. Let's say if they personally invited you to this party, well, how would that make you feel? Would that make you feel more important, more special? So this is why in this offer phase, we invite people to the offer. So in the previous example, when that I used where the person liked the post and I mentioned like, hey, I seen you like this post about whatever this desired outcome is. You want me to drop it to you? That's almost like a private invite for the offer. And an offer doesn't necessarily mean that thing has to be paid. Okay. And when I do mention that, there's like two types of things. People are paying with their time or they're also paying with their money. Okay. So an offer also looks like things that are free, right? Because it consumes people's time, which is more valuable than the money they spend. So it could be like a free training. That's considered an offer. Free content, like when you make short form videos, long form videos on whatever platform, those are offers. Low, mid, high ticket, one more coach, whatever this looks like. These are all offers. That's something that really shifts my mindset. So if we invite people to the offer, it makes people feel, let's say, special, and you have a better chance of them saying yes to whatever it is that your offer is. So that right there, this is what's going to make you money. The offer. It's not necessarily the content, because if you have content without an offer, you're not making money. So not everyone you talk to is going to say yes to your offer at that moment. Not all conversations, right? We talk about a conversation. Anyone that you earn the right to conversate with is considered a lead, are created equal. They may not all be the same. Okay. This is why it's important to have multiple offers for different folks, right? Different strokes for different folks. So that's why we create free offers, low, mid ticket offers, high ticket offers, because not everyone might be fitted for your offer. Not everyone might be. It might not be the right time for them. So if you have different offers at different stages, again, free, low, mid, high ticket, you're then not, number one, you're not leaving money on the table, but now you have a little bit of something for everyone at these different stages in your market, in your industry, in your niche, whatever the case may be. Now we're going to put this into action. Let's put this into action. So we want to have a conversations, DMs, text, etc. Right? So what is the lead? Anyone that we have earned the right to communicate with. So DMs, text. And right when these people DM us, there's a couple questions we want to ask. And we want to understand, we want to get to know what are their goals. We want to get to know and understand what's blocking them from reaching those goals. What have they tried that has failed? And then we invite them, if it's appropriate, by the way, that's if it's appropriate. We invite them to an offer. It could be, again, a phone call, free training, low, mid, high ticket, etc. It just depends on how you want to do your business or what your customer journey looks like. You invite them to it. Now, again, I mentioned that not everyone may be ready at that time. Not everyone may say yes at that moment. So this is why it is important that we follow up and then we update you want to update your pipeline, because you want to keep track. And this is like major sauce. You want to keep track of exactly where people are in your customer journey. That's why the pipeline and inviting people to your offer is so important. So let's say we invite people to your offer. If it's a free training, then you want to know, okay, Samantha consumed this free training. So then you put in free training, and you just want to know exactly where they are. That way, when you can offer something new to them, you figure out exactly what's going on, and then it also allows you to follow up without feeling salesy. So let's say, and I know guys, I was supposed to keep this super simple, but now I'm starting to get into it. But I really want you guys to win. Let's say that one of your offers is a free training. So maybe you go from short form content, and then for the long form video, that's the free training, right? So once you ask these questions, blocking them from reaching their goals, what have they tried, you can then pretty much diagnose them like, hey, well, I created this free training that goes over this. You know, you want me to give it to you? Want me to drop it to you? And then they say yes or no, right? And they say no, okay, that's fine. You could drop it there anyways, you know, if you want to. Or let's say if they say yes, then you can go ahead and drop the free training. And what this allows you to do is you can follow up, let's say the next day, 2 days later. I probably wouldn't go no further than 2 days later. And then you can get their thoughts. Hey, Samantha, what were your thoughts on this training? You know, did it help you do this? And then now you have followed up with them. And based on the questions, you can transition from, okay, well, hey, I have a spot open up at this time. If you need further assistance, then I can show you exactly what it is that I'm doing. And then, you know, you can go from there, or you can send them another free training. You can send them a low ticket. It just allows you to transition to the next phase of the customer journey based on whatever business that you have. All right. So that's the end of this video. I hope this video was valuable to you. And with this being my first YouTube video in a minute, let's go. Comment what you want to know next. Like, subscribe, and if you need more resources or if you want to work with me, I'm going to have some links available down below, somewhere around this video. I don't know yet. It's going to be somewhere around this video, most likely in the description or something like that. But all right, hopefully this was helpful. It's your boy 96 Pieces. Peace.